Coming up on this edition of the Stony Brook News, an exclusive sit-down with the student pilot involved in last month's fatal Setauket Harbor plane crash.
A sneak peek into spring's upcoming fashion trends.
And see what's cooking at Roth Cafe.
So students can make an actual authentic sauce.
Find out that answer and more on the Stony Brook News. Good afternoon, and welcome to this week's edition of the Stony Brook News. I'm Julio Mosier.
And I'm Julio Avila. The investigation is still ongoing after a plane crashed in Setauket Harbor last month. Stony Brook News takes an insider's look at what happened in the sky that night. Christy Gurlett has the exclusive from our special reports team.
So I made it so far and I'm gonna die right here. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. And I'm just gonna drown tired.
Number 099, you need some help?
Anybody would think about their family, you know? I kind of made peace with it.
You're gonna put it down at the shoreline, 29099.
I'm like, this is it, you know? This is it.
And number 099, radar contact lost 10 miles north of the field.
Police are still searching for one of those passengers, 23-year-old Jersan Salmon Negron. Police.
There's nothing of him. He took off his boots. They didn't find his boots. They didn't find his hat. They didn't find anything of him. And it's just like, what happened to him? Like, he just disappeared. This guy, I know this guy for 10 years, and he's gone like that, you know?
This photo was taken moments before departing Republic Airport, where Ramirez, his two friends Jersan Salmon Negron and Wadi Perez, along with instructor pilot Nelson Gomez, not pictured, were flying to Massachusetts for a day trip.
We were flying with a tailwind, a little bit of a tailwind, which is pushing us. On the way back, we had a headwind, so it was 50 miles, and it was pushing against us.
These winds should be taken into consideration before takeoff, according to aviation experts.
You're just going to have to account for more time in the air if you have a headwind. So therefore, you need to make sure that you have enough fuel to account for getting to your destination.
You know, I had always check up on fuel with my instructor, regardless if it's half a tank or whatever. I said, hey Nelson, you know, like, how's the fuel looking? He said, it's fine, we're good. We'll go to MacArthur and refuel there and then just fly over to Republic. So we had enough fuel to make it to MacArthur, no problem. The engine sputtered, and then I heard the stall warning, which means we don't have lift anymore. It sounds like a heart monitor when it goes dead. It sounds like that. So I heard that, I knew we were just gonna slam down.
Headwind slowed the descent, allowing the tail to hit first. Then the nose fell. All four passengers escaped through a single door into 37-degree water, battling a 3-knot current.
I sank like 3 times, and I just kept coming up. And then one of the Wadi said, get on your back. So I got on my back, and then Jersan said, take your shoes off. It'll help you swim, because he took his boots off.
When we got the call at 11:07, I'm almost yelling into the phone, get ready, get ready, get ready, meet me outside, I'm coming in, lights and siren, there was a plane crash, we have to go.
We could hear them yelling for help and knew that something had to be done. We couldn't just, let them drown out there.
Officers from Precinct 6 were the first to arrive on scene. One pulled Ramirez from the water. Others grabbed kayaks from residents on both sides of the shore. 3 reached Perez, who was unconscious. 1 reached Gomez, who was wearing a life vest. The point of which Salmon Negron went missing is still unknown. A rescue boat arrived approximately 1 hour after the plane landed in the harbor.
After we figured out the plane was clear, we decided to search behind the plane where the current was running. For somebody in just street clothes, they would have been extremely cold, especially with that current.
There have been several searches by family and friends to recover Salmon Negron.
I kind of want to know what went on because we, at no point were we concerned about fuel. And it was definitely a fuel problem. We got on a kayak and we went exactly where the plane dropped, and we were looking for him, because I said I'm gonna look for him myself. Like, I don't want to go back there, but if I have to, if I can come across him, like I would love it. Like, but I didn't.
Ramirez says even after this, he will one day fly again. For For Stony Brook News, this has been a special report.
As Women's History Month comes to an end, we take a look at a female artist on campus who combines traditional painting with new media. Kristen Massa has more.
The landscape is what really concretely, in a visual way, connects us to Mother Earth and to each other. So I'm very interested in the landscape and in everything that it symbolizes.
Artist Victoria Febrer strives to create a connection between her audience and her artwork.
I'm really interested in these common images that are repeated over and over again across time, culture, and geography, and how people can connect to these images even if they don't have a common spoken or written language between them.
Her most recent public display here at the Zucchero Gallery on campus shows a painted landscape, and a video projection creates the illusion that the mountains are moving. For her more recent art, projections have been central to her creative vision.
So I'm using video now to control the color of the light that's projected onto these paintings rather than just relying on sunlight or gallery lighting.
Victoria also uses a technique she created herself using red wine called vinography.
I first started using red wine because I was making images of female icons, and I wanted a material that would talk about fertility, divinity, suffering, triumph. So when I'm working with the landscapes, I frequently use red wine because I am interested in addressing this connection of women to the earth.
To say that I'm a painter. In addition to being an admired, strong female artist on campus, Victoria is also an admired teacher.
Her class was very different for me because a lot of people, I think, might say that she's tough, but I would say that it wasn't toughness, it was realness, and some people find realness to be tough.
From classroom to gallery, she creates to make people think.
With visual art, the really interesting thing about it is that it can lead you to feel a different way or think something new without telling you what that has to be.
For Stony Brook News, I'm Kristen Massa.
Now let's throw it over to our sports anchor, Nicole Folletta, to give us a rundown on the madness that is March. Nicole?
Thanks, Julianne. The Stony Brook men's basketball team made history by entering the NCAA tournament for the first time. Winning the America East Championship, the Seawolves headed out to Iowa to play Kentucky, where they took a defeat of 85-57. Stony Brook hung tough with Kentucky through the first 9 minutes, but the Wildcats outscored the Seawolves 23-9 the rest of the first half. Kentucky then opened the second half on a 20-6 run and was ahead 53-25 with 14 minutes to go. The Wildcats hit 13 of their first 16 shots after the break. Our star player, Jameel Warney, did play big-time ball. He had 23 points and grabbed 15 rebounds for Stony Brook, but it still wasn't enough. Kentucky's crazy defense restricted Stony Brook, and they weren't able to claw their way back. After the defeat, Coach Steve Peichel became the new head coach for the Rutgers University men's basketball team, receiving a 5-year contract starting at $1.4 million. Peichel led the Seawolves to the NCAA tournament for the first time in his 11 seasons. Stony Brook is now scouting for a new head coach. And that's our sports rundown for the week. Back to you, Julianne.
Thanks, Nicole. Now for my favorite part of the show, it's time to put away your winter clothes and break out the spring wear. Let's turn to Abby Del Vecchio to tell us about what we'll be wearing now that the weather is warmer.
Thanks, guys. I had a chance to sit down with fashion blogger and editor of From the Heels Up, Amanda Hernandez, where we talked about the latest spring trends. Let's take a look. So tell me a little bit about your fashion blog.
So fashion has always been my creative outlet and expression, so I wanted to create a platform, From the Heels Up, to inspire young girls from the ages 14 to 15 to women in the young 30s to look high-end and fashion-forward, but on a budget, and to shop affordably.
If I'm going to go to class and I want it to be really cute, but obviously casual, what should I be wearing?
Well, sporty chic is in, so Adidas, Reeboks, caps, sneakers, that's what I would wear to class.
What are some of the trends that are coming back from last year that we just can't seem to get enough of?
Some trends you can never ever go wrong with are Converse, crop tops, boyfriend jeans, high-waisted jeans, jean jackets, especially when you're walking around campus and you want to be comfy but still cute.
I know your target audience is women, but what can we expect to see men's fashion this spring?
You know, it's not that much different for the men. We're going to see them in the same things as women: neutral colors, basics, classic sneakers, ripped t-shirts, scoop neck t-shirts. It's kind of the same thing, the trends all around.
What about accessories? I know that they can really complete the look, so what's in this spring?
I think everyone's going to be keeping it pretty simple this spring, except one accessory that I've seen a lot of people wearing, which is chokers. I think they really add a certain edge to any look, and there's so many different styles. There's leather, suede, jeweled, and I think you can really play with them with any look, so chokers are going to be in.
I know the gym look's really in right now. I've seen a lot of people on campus walking around in their gym attire, so what's that all about?
You know, I noticed that too, and I'm kind of guilty of it. You just never know if I rolled out of bed or if I'm going to the gym. And you can dress it up, dress it down, and it's comfy and so cute.
Thank you so much for sitting down with us today, Amanda.
My pleasure.
I'm so excited to go shopping now that I know all the spring trends. Back to you guys.
You know, Julio, I'm really excited to start wearing chokers this season. What about you?
I don't think I need a choker because this shirt's doing enough choking as it is. But whether or not you're ready, let's spring over to Glenn Higgins for this week's forecast. Glenn.
Thanks, Julio. I think the only thing I want to wear this week is a nice rain jacket or a windbreaker. Looking at today's forecast, we're going to have some showers with a high of about 55. The high will come later in the day after the rain ceases in the mid-afternoon, and we might even see some sun in the early evening. Now, looking further into the week, it's our 7-day forecast. We're going to see some clear skies Tuesday and Wednesday with some more prevailing winds on Tuesday. We'll have a bit of a break from that wind, but on Thursday, we're going to see that wind coming in with some clouds. And with it will come a little bit warmer temperatures with the highs in the low 60s. And then kicking off on the 1st will be our April showers on Friday. The weekend we're going to see some clouds in the sky, but on Sunday we're going to see that wind rolling back in again with some colder temperatures with a high of 45 and a low of 27. That's all we have for weather. Back to you.
Thanks, Glenn. With last year's new dining changes came the taste of Crisol, a place where students can satisfy their Latin cravings. The first restaurant of its kind is now open on our very own campus. Celebrity chef and Crisol creator Roberto Santibáñez came to Stony Brook and stirred up some flavor with our reporter Greg Canella.
Dynamic and zesty flavors are taking over Roth Cafe in celebrity chef Roberto Santibáñez's Crisol Latin Kitchen.
Well, Crisol looks at all Latin America. It's not just from Mexico or from Peru, it's just all Latin America.
Have a nice day.
Stony Brook's new food vendor, Sodexo, a French mega corporation, aims to bring more diverse selections to campus. That's where Santibáñez comes in.
So we want it authentic. So we're not changing anything. We're just doing things like we believe need to be done.
The kitchen offers different food specials every day for students to indulge in, like the pork en seco from Peru and chicken enmorada rojo from Mexico.
It's great because every week you can experience different things and different flavor profiles from different parts of Latin America. So I think that's fantastic.
The Mexico City native brings dishes from his New York City restaurants, Fonda and La Botaneria, and his book, Truly Mexican. Santibáñez taught me the secret on how to make the perfect Argentinian chimichurri sauce.
So the first thing you need to know about chimichurri is that you're going to need parsley. Flat leaf Italian parsley. That's how it goes. So you want to pick the leaves only. Okay. We're going to put a little bit of garlic, not too much, into the bowl. We're going to now put a little bit of the chopped parsley, right? We're going to add a little bit of oregano, like a pinch, some chili flakes.
Alrighty.
A little bit of black pepper. That not too much because then that can interfere with the flavors.
Okay.
And a little bit of salt. After that, you're going to grab a good olive oil. Part of the flavor is a good olive oil. This is a nice fine red wine vinegar. And then what you do is you basically just whisk it all up. Short period, probably a minute or so, because you want to crush the flavors, right? The garlic and the parsley and all that stuff.
So students can make an actual authentic sauce simply like this.
Super simple. What? That was easy, right?
Yeah.
Super easy.
All right.
And if you taste it, it's actually super delicious.
And you can pick up these simple ingredients at your local supermarket to bring that Crisol taste into your own kitchen. You know, guys, I made some chimichurri on my own, in my own kitchen, and it was quick, easy to make, and I think it tastes amazing.
I'm really excited to try it.
Yeah, it looks really nice. It looks very beautiful. In fact, I'm hungry. Perfect timing, too, because that's all the time we have for this edition of the Stony Brook News. I'm Julio Avila.
And I'm Julianne Mosier. Thanks for watching, and tune into Wednesday's edition of the Stony Brook News Break. Have a great day, Seawolves.